Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for yet another match of the Commonwealth Games Sevens. We are starting nice and early today, 6:40 a.m. New Zealand time, and New Zealand will be in action, and that will be up against Australia in the women's semi-final. Who wins this moves through to the final to face off against the winner of the match just around the corner between Fiji and Canada. Then we have got 4 men's quarterfinals, all back to back to back. Currently, Tonga. They are trying their absolute best to score the last try of their contest, but instead it is Zambia who were able to hold them up, and Tonga win that game 19 points to 7. Now, I assume that this game between New Zealand and Australia should be relatively close. We did see Australia lose their last game to the Fijiana women's side, whereas New Zealand, they were able to get themselves the victory. So I'm looking forward to seeing which way this one does end up going. Anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Do let me know your predictions for this matchup as well, for who you think will be able to take out this Trans-Tasman rivalry. Good morning, bro, says Cooper Cronk. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Morena Cooper, says William there. And also Master Mel is there in the chat. And yeah, currently, 'tis very early here in New Zealand, but I guess early/late, depending on how you look at it. I did manage to get about 30 minutes sleep, maybe an hour, if I was lucky. We are back rearing to go for the Sevens. Sarah Hirini will be leading out the Kiwis. Charlotte Caslick leading out the Aussies for this one. Sheree Kaka, Sarah Hirini, Michaela Blyde, Tyler Nathan Wong, Kelly Brazier, Theresa Fitzpatrick, and Portia Woodman is the starting lineup that New Zealand have gone with. Then for Australia, Shani Williams, Faith Nathan, Alisa Alefau Fakolesilia, Charlotte Caslick, Madison Ashby, and also Soraya Parky and Madison Levi. Those are the starting lineups for these two sides. In the semi-final, we have got morning, Hamish, says William. I hope you are having a great morning so far, mate, as it is going to be a very action-filled one for ourselves. We've got the 2 semi-finals for the women's, and then also the 4 quarterfinals for the men's. The Ninja Dude has got the sleeping emoji as well. I was slightly worried earlier on because I did set my alarm and I remember turning it off, but I don't remember kind of getting out of bed. So I thought I had slept through, but luckily it was only like 2 minutes or so after my alarm that I was sitting in bed. And morning, everyone. Let's go, Faith Nathan, Berryman's Farnell. Says Nathan there. Just a little knock on there for New Zealand in that one. Michaela Blyde disappointed. How that one's gone. It was a big competition between New Zealand and Australia. Head-to-head replay of the 2018 Commonwealth Games gold medal match. So rather than seeing it as the gold this week, we are going to be seeing it as a semi-final. And also, says Luke, and it's midnight, says the Ninja Dude. So yeah, there are plenty more games coming up tonight, that is for sure. I think last game for you will be finishing at maybe about 2 a.m., maybe a little bit later, almost 3 a.m. Interception pass almost thrown there, but it's going to be sitting up. And the Kiwis do get a Fakalisia. Does have a big bit of contact there. Penalty to Australia. Nice work from Charlotte Caslick, and they will be looking to fire back as quickly as possible, as they did struggle up against the Fijiana women's side. They look like they're a newfound little bit of extra speed in the way that the Australians are playing currently. Now, back across once again, big run. Beautiful offload to Shani Williams. She's going to be hard to catch, but Portia Woodman, there are some that just are a little bit quicker in this game. Michaela Blyde and Portia Woodman, they are a couple, and they do it very nicely indeed. Now backline movement, Madison Levi. It was the flat pass out to Levi, and she scores the first try of the match for Australia. 1 minute and a half into this matchup, and Madison Levi does manage to get herself the first try of this contest. And bro, it's midnight in my country, says the Ninja Dude. It was over Shani Williams running hard. Portia Woodman was able to catch her straight away, which was very impressive. She caught her by the 22, but then Madison Ashby passed on the outside to Madison Levi. And how was the potato wedges, Hamish? You used sour cream. I didn't have any sour cream, but the wedges were not too bad. They had crispened up quite nicely in the air fryer. Would have again if we had any more wedges, but sadly we do not. So it's probably just stock standard eggs for myself when I do, I guess, wake up for later on, couple hours time when I do get up and about. I think George is going to be coming around in the morning, so we are going to be doing some filming. Then I'll probably end up sleeping and then coming back for the sevens in the evening. Going straight there to Tyler Nathan Wong, 22 meters out. Sling it across. That was forward, I believe. Oh, okay. No, it's allowed to be because that one didn't end up going the 10 metres. Shani Williams does make the mistake. I was confused for a second. I was thinking, geez, that looks very far forward. A nice wedge in there as well, says Nathan. Now, New Zealand sitting on the halfway line, currently on a 3-match winning streak, came in and after, or straight away, a wanker up there, says Sebastian. And there you're going to watch the UFC. I was hoping to. My eyes might be closed by that point, though, unfortunately. Now, Awawi Brazier goes across to Sheree Kaka, tackled by Keslick, and also it was the number 6 for the Aussies. Straight away, though, Keslick straight over the ball. That is the second time she has done it in this match so far. Beautiful step. 40 metres out. Sarah Hineni tries to get the penalty, but not rolling away. Tyler Nathan Wong thinking New Zealand is fighting on the card tonight. He is indeed. Kaikara France going head-to-head with Brandon Moreno for the title. Hopefully the Kiwi can get the job done there. And then also Juliana Pena and Amanda Nunes is the main event. Actually, the challenger coming in as favourite over the champion. Keslick, short ball to Fokoselia. Does get wrestled hard to the ground. Still available for Australia, though. It has been all Oz for the early stages of this one. Now running across way, Shani Williams, tackled by Portia Woodman. Still available, Ashby. Back across, Keslick once again trying to step her way through, but Brazier gets her down. Sirahirani gets on the ball. It's a clean turnover as well, and now moving up to the halfway line, straight over the ball for Australia, but now around the side, Fitzpatrick does try a quick step, almost dragged down by Fakatalesia. Now Brazier goes flying to find the flick off the top. Oh, that was big contact. Sheree Kaka offload after Michaela Blyde. Wrestled down by Madison Levi. This is a fast-paced game between these two. And you know the drill. And there, and also it was a massive shock when Pena won. And now Portia Woodman, she goes in. And Shani Williams just not quite able to stop her. New Zealand are back in the contest. It's a great card, to be fair. Don't think I have the energy to stay up with the food poisoning, says Jack there. So yeah, maybe sleep might be the best idea for yourself in there, possibly. And just resting up, enjoying, I guess, your nice warm bed. Also, bro, do you now the morning of this Deja? Not too sure what you mean there, the ninja dude, I'll be honest. But Portia Woodman just scoring the try. Should mention, nice one for the Kiwis. Now it is 5-5, and Scotland had a big win as well, I heard, says Jack. That one just short, unfortunately. So that would have been Scotland up against, was it South? No, they weren't playing South Africa. They were playing Sri Lanka, I believe, in the women's side of things. With the men's Scottish side playing in about 40 minutes' time, they'll be taking on South Africa. That's a lie. They will be taking on Fiji, which is going to be a very tough game. Tyler Nathan Wong kicking this one off currently 5 points to 5. Two teams who would be considered relatively high towards the favourites. Faith Nathan has done very nicely there to keep the ball on the side of Australia. 10 metres out from their line now. Dominic DeToy only recently making her way out onto the park for this contest. Ashby takes contact. Dominic DeToy goes back to Faith Nathan. Now Keslick decides to go for the kick, which is something we don't see too often from the Australians. Normally very strong at being able to run it back. Michaela Blyde now having to try and find her way through that Australian defence. Sells the pop pass dummy. Passing back across Tyler Nathan Wong. Representative for the Blues in Super Rugby. Alpaki passes off to a Hurricanes representative in Sirahirani. Flicking pass off to Portia Woodman. Great low tackle made there. And I think that's got to be a penalty to Australia, doesn't it? No clear release was the call. Sirahirani now tries to step, finds the offload. Keeping this one alive. Felix Hotham Brazier, I should say. Or Felix Hotham to Brazier. And I got tickets for Ireland versus Fiji in November. Other two were sold out, unfortunately, says Jack. Although that will still be an awesome contest to see the Irish in action. Fitzpatrick does manage to sell her the wrong way. And it is another try for New Zealand. They do get themselves in the lead. And that will now be 10 points to 5. I'm working out that my tongue still isn't quite woken up yet. But we'll get in there. And also, I'm from Bangladesh, but I live in Canada. My nationality is Bangladesh, says the ninja dude. Yeah, as well. But it was a nice pass on the inside to Theresa Fitzpatrick. It's a bit of a tongue twister at this time of the morning. but that kick has gone over as well. And now the score becomes 12 points to 7 in favour of New Zealand. Now, both of these sides want to make it through to the final. It is half-time now, and New Zealand have got themselves just a little bit of a lead, 12 points to 5. The next game will be Fiji versus Canada. Very good testing game for Fijiana after their victory over the Australian women's side. Currently the huddle, Australia, they'll be trying their best to keep calm. Now, they have played up against New Zealand before. They have been down against New Zealand before, but they have been able to fire back. Caslick, the leader of the group, she is really trying to fire up the side. And then I assume we will see a few words from one of the other senior players, such as Demi Hayes, Shani Williams, alongside the coach, to see what they can do for the second half. Currently, though, 7 points down going into the second. New Zealand will be relatively happy with that after being 5-0 down and at the early stages after the first try of the match. Just the 2 tries, Portia Woodman and Fitzpatrick for the Kiwis. Then it was a nice try scored for the Australians as well. Looks like Charlotte Caslick's got quite the fan club by the looks of that. A lot of shirts with Caslick on it. And unfortunately, Brendan McCullum isn't New Zealand coach anymore. He is an ODI and T20. He leaves that everybody is shamed to New Zealand. And there's a dude. Although I always say New Zealand didn't offer him a job. So at least someone was willing to pay the man for his skills. And England have come across a nice gem in the process. But yeah, that's the thing. If New Zealand don't want to give New Zealand coaches a role, there's no reason that they shouldn't be allowed to go overseas, make money, and also just prove how good of a coach that they are. And come on, Aussie girls. Says Nathan there. Yeah, extremely close at the moment. Second half getting underway. And it will be Dominic Dutoy about to kick this one off. And that's gone about 7 meters, unfortunately. So that will not go the 10. Someone was still playing Darude Sandstorm as she was kicking off that one, which I think might have possibly put her off a little bit. And also we have got has the potential to be England test coach, says Sebastian. Is now going to be the scrum. And New Zealand, they will have the feed. So that actually is something that we saw in the first half as well. After Shani Williams made the mistake off kickoff, this time now Dominic Dutoy, the lady who does make the mistake. Now Tyler Nathan Wong about to feed the ball and currently sitting 1 from 2 for the New Zealanders. Ball almost getting stuck in there, but Nathan Wong now sees a bit of space on the right-hand side. Brilliant pace, Joan peaking her pace. Michaela Blyde has a bit of a crack. Caslick stayed down a little bit longer than she normally would. I think she got a bit of a scrambled brain there after getting dragged down. Brazier, forward roll, penalty to New Zealand there, unfortunately. Getting that one a little bit wrong there for the number 10, Soraya Parky. A lot of pressure there on Felix Hotham. Nathan Wong plays half. Set it off to Fitzpatrick, who's willing to walk backwards just a little bit. Trying to make sure that they are a patient side in the way that they play. Around the side, Brazier. Now off to Felix Hotham. Now, Fitzpatrick, I believe it was actually Portia Woodman told her to go the other way, and now it has actually cost them the ball. She wasn't listening to one of the veteran players of the team, and maybe she should have. Dominic Dutoy, big fin there, right in the face. In fact, it's Madison Levi, brilliantly done, bumping off Fitzpatrick. 40 metres out from their own line here. Australia a bit loose. Dominic Dutoy has to clean up or cross to Williams, who does fend as well. Tries to find the offload to Dominic Dutoy, and it's worked quite nicely. Brazier drags her down in a last-ditch tackle. Michaela Blyde just did a forward somersault, and now she's going to have to get in a foot race to try and catch Faith Nathan. She's left it for Tyler Nathan Wong, who looks like she will be able to get across. Big shot from Michaela Blyde. Almost spared her like the good old days of Goldberg. And, that's a good question. Who had the best spear? I know that Edge also did one. Batista was another player, but going back to the rugby, Madison Levi trying to go for the corner here. Big fend on Serhirni. She doesn't stop her. And Maddie Levi gets herself another try. And also, but if he does stop seeing his betting stats, and he can't, different coaches for red and white ball cricket, if he wants to be the white ball coach, he'll have to relinquish the test row and try. Australia, says Sailosi. And yeah, very nicely done by Madison Levi. Believe that is about her 8th try of this tournament. And it's only Australia's 4th game. So that tells you how clinical that lady has been every time she gets a chance. Just fends straight to the face of Sarah Hirini. And as much as she wanted to stop her, there just wasn't much of a chance. as soon as Madison Levi started striding. That one is missed, and it is short as well. So now the score means that it is 12 points to 10 in favour of New Zealand. 4 minutes left to play. So plenty of time for both of these sides to be able to get themselves a winning moment in this women's semi-final. Whoever wins faces off against the winner of Fiji versus Canada, which is kicking off in only a few minutes' time. It's kicked off by Dom DeToy. Nicely done, but a little knock on from New Zealand, which does now give Australia the opportunity to be in a good attacking position up against the Kiwis. 3.5 minutes gone. The moment of the second half, 3.5 to go. And the score 10 points for Australia, 12 to New Zealand. The scoreboard's a little bit slow. It is half asleep, just like myself. But Caslick about to feed the ball in. Caslick puts the ball in. A little bit of hesitation there as Tyler Nathan Wong was right there. It becomes a penalty though. And they do try and take the quick tap. Now Caslick, no, she wasn't on the mark. And Aussie being robbed by the refs is Master Mel. And there they just got a penalty, mate. But I guess maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. Just like the Tigers in the NRL, here's Master Mel. Didn't they win? Didn't they win against the Broncos by like 15 points in 2015 World Cup, says the Ninja Dude. In there as well. Madison Levi takes a quick tap. Cross to Caslick. Now another good opportunity for the Aussies to try and get themselves over the try line. Ashby sells the dummy. She had a couple women on the outside instead of going for it though, just handling it, making it go to ground. Caslick now with the step. Tyler Nathan Wong, one who has made it the tackle. Another big shot from Michaela Blyde. New Zealand have worked hard to try and get the ball back. They are in the lead though. That is the one thing that benefits the Kiwis here. They don't need to really rush too much. Sarah Hirini makes a tackle on Faith Nathan, or I wouldn't really call it a tackle. I would say Faith Nathan collapsed, and she just kind of stopped her from falling all the way down. Dominic Totoy tries to find the offload. It's a knock-on advantage now in favour of Australia. Caslick once again will play halfback, going to the right-hand side. Now we've seen the Aussies seal the deal right at the end of a match before. Could this one be another Demi Hayes, an experienced player? And the co-captain now running in space. Madison Levi gets it on the outside. The pace she's showing, Falula's not going to stop her. And that will be another try for Australia. Maddie Levi gets a hat trick. And it may just be enough to get the Australians through to the final. And do you let the Black Caps win? Is it just me? Or has the atmosphere become more salty in this, says Sebastian? On as well. And also Levi says, say Lawsy, and I prefer to watch England or Aussie play cricket. Says it was Nathan there. And yeah, the Ashes are always special, that is for sure. Maddie Levi manages to score her hat trick with only 1 minute left on the clock now. Aussie power, says Master Mel. Oh, the kick has gone over. That is a massive extra 2 points. 12 points to 17 now in favour of Australia. And let's go, Aussie girls. Says Nathan, but the tournament tries now for Madison Levi. She moves up to 9. Heading into this match, she was already on 6, averaging 2 per game. And Aussie always hurt New Zealand feelings in the final somehow. They are cheaters 5 tiles. Like, can they leave only World Cup 2021 for Black Caps? And this is the Ninja Dude. But they have kicked long. Okay, Nathan Wong and also Michaela Blyde have both made way for 2 other players to make their way out onto the field. Nice bit of work with the feet there from Alena Saeli. Going off to Stacey Flula. Pori Lane also out there. Great last-ditch tackle from Faith Nathan. Still 30 seconds left. New Zealand down by 5. And they are inside of their own 22. Now back across. Felix Hotham does start to go. Tries to find the offload. She's found Portia Woodman. Now it's going to become a foot race. Portia Woodman tries to pin the ears back. She's up to halfway. Madison Levi tries to get on her. Tries to stall a little bit longer in the breakdown. Now back across. New Zealand, another attacking opportunity. Hirini goes one more to Pori Lane. Out to Stacey Flula. She's cut off very nicely. Pori Lane once again. Good tackle made. Hirini around the side. This is a frantic pace game. The siren is just about to sound. Stacey Flula tries to find the gap around the side. That did not quite exist. Australia defending well. It's another advantage to the Kiwis. Now ball on the outside. Portia Woodman one-on-one with Maddie Levi. Oh, pulling her by the dread. to stop her, and that's going to be a yellow card for Maddie Levi for the hair pull. It's a yellow card. It's cynical from Madison Levi. Sometimes you just got to reach for whatever you can find, and at that stage, it was Portia Woodman's new haircut. Initially, she did have the shirt, but then the shirt, she ripped away from the shirt, and then just a big handful of hair and stop them Aussie girls. And there says Nathan. Madison Levi. She is disappointed. She's done so much in this game. She got the hat trick, but now the door is wide open for New Zealand to be able to go on and get themselves a victory. That is if they can somehow get themselves over the try line. And also, dude, how much you sleep? About 30 minutes to an hour, I think I managed to get for myself in between. I think I probably got to sleep at maybe about 5, woke up at 6:10, somewhere around there. So not too bad. I got a little bit of sleep, like an hour, and then I will probably end up going to sleep after George comes around and after we finish filming for the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel. Poldy Lane. About to feed this ball in. Australia fighting hard. New Zealand, they know that they need a converted try between the sticks to get themselves a win. They've got the woman advantage as well. Nice work. Felix Hotham, a lot of pressure on her. Aussie with the counter ruck. And that could be enough, although it's on the ground, and I think it's going to be on the side of New Zealand. It counts as a knock on. And that will be the end of the game. Australia win. New Zealand, they wanted to grab the ball, but the referee says it's a knock-on when it was in the Kiwis' hands. And that is going to be Australia making their way through to the Commonwealth Games final, I should say. Sorry, it's all over. Tis indeed in Australia. They will be playing for the gold. New Zealand, they are playing for the bronze. And Sarah Hirani, she looks disappointed. The Kiwis can't quite believe it. I think Madison Ashby, hope she is all right. I think she slightly got crushed under the dog pile that they were doing. All the players just jumping in on top. And she is ecstatic at the moment. They can't quite believe it. Australia, they are through to the final. But nonetheless, we will be popping over to our next live stream, Fiji versus Canada. So I will see you all in a very short moment. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all